But let's look at this story now. So Transnet Ports Authority is expected to show its diverse marine human resources by operating an all-women shift on Women's Day at its Nelson Mandela Bay and Durban ports. At Nelson Mandela Bay Ports, a shift of approximately 28 women will berth and sail 7 vessels. SABC News reporter Mcebisi Ngqina joins us to look at how many women are working this male-dominated environment and which positions they occupied. Mcebisi, I find this particularly interesting because, someone said to me this morning, it's Women's Day, you should be at home. And I said, it is actually on this day that women want to be seen and we want to show our presence. So it seems that the women where you are also not taking the day off, but rather leading the vessels there.
Quite correct, Good morning, and also to your viewers. Yes, on this side we are dominated by women. As you know, that we're coming to you live from the port of Port Elizabeth, where Transnet Port Authority is quite doing things differently today, as part of Women's Day celebration or commemoration of this day. As you said in that intro, today there will be today, a 28 all crew member that will be operating 7 vessels here today at Port of Ngqina. As you know, that the SOE pride itself as one of those companies that strive for gender parity here in Nelson Mandela Bay, or in South Africa, to be quite correct. But just to talk more about this day of what is going to be happening here as part of this initiative, as you know, that this initiative is not only just happening in this port of Port Elizabeth, but also it's also happening in the port of Durban. A similar initiative is currently taking place there, and we've also got our colleagues that are covering that story on that side. But I do have one of the marine pilots here, Toby Lizbele, just to talk about the work that she will do here. One of the people, female member today here at the Port of Ngqina. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time. Just briefly talk to us of what we can expect from this initiative here today.
My name is Toby Lizabani. I'm the marine pilot. Today, as you can see, it's all women on deck. The NMB Ports decided that since it's Women's Day, the crafts they're going to be manned by women only. As you can see, they are here to show the transformation journey of the company trying to bring the women in the space of the maritime industry, of which we all know that it's a male-dominated industry.
Just briefly talk to us about your day-to-day job here in the port.
Okay, my day-to-day job as a marine pilot, I get a call from port control saying that the vessel is ready, and then they will call the paddle boat. As you can see, that boat is a paddle boat. They call the paddle boat to pick me up at the paddle station. It's like a bus station, but it's a paddle station whereby the boat will go around and pick me up there. Once I'm there, I start to liaise with the ship and tell them that whatever vessel's name, I am coming to you, address them that they must rig the ladder according to the IMO standard. They must be ready for me. And then once I'm there, I tell the tax. Once I'm on the ship, I liaise with the captain to tell him, Captain, where are we going? Just like this one, Captain, we're going Stapota alongside berth number 102. And then how are we going to make faster tags? How are you going to fasten the lines? So you brief the captain of all what is going to happen, and how are you going to bring in the ship? How are you going to turn? Where are you planning to turn? So that the captain will be ready for all those things. And then at the end of the day, I am the assistant of the captain. The captain is still over in charge of what is happening on board. So he or she must be ready of whatever I am telling him to do. But at the very same time, it must be saved for the ship. The ship it's his or hers.
Okay. I know that you did maritime studies, but as a kid, was it something that you always wanted to do, to be a marine pilot, to work within the maritime sector?
No, to be quite honest, I don't even know about maritime studies. I'm from KwaZulu-Natal, Islali, Emakaya, I would say Emakaya, and I passed my matric with, so I wanted something to do, and then someone said there's a bursary at Transnet, you can apply. I was good in math and science. They say you can apply, and then I apply. I got a bursary. I didn't even know the ship. I didn't even know the tag. I know the beach, but I didn't know about the ship. I saw it when I went to DUT, and then that's where I started to look at something that I didn't know about.
You said earlier that this is the industry that is male-dominated, the maritime sector. But now, since that you're here, is there any transformation? Are there more opportunities now, as we in 2023, for women in this industry?
Yes, I would say there are more opportunities. As you can see, that the craft, about 28 women, it's something that when I started, it was male. Most of the times it was old male on the tags. There's more space. Even in the offices, we have women, the marine operation. Now we have a new marine operation manager. She's a woman. In Ngqura, we have deputy harbour master. She's a woman. There is a space for women. And there's growth and there's support, to be quite honest, because in this space you need support, and there is support. And even the women themselves, they even form a space whereby they encourage each other. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. That was one of the marine pilots here at Toby Lesbele, just talking about her day-to-day job and also the opportunities that are available here for women in this maritime sector. But I'm quite sure even those women that were fighting for those passes on this day, they will be quite happy about the stride that have been made in this industry. As she mentioned earlier, a lot of women are taking leadership roles within this sector. And I'll let it back to you in studio.